Oh my goodness. Well, yesterday on my second channel, Mid Wesley, which I'll link in the description and probably the pinned comment down below, I talked about some major changes on YouTube where it had removed 17,000 channels in just the past few months. And media outlets like CNN decided that that wasn't enough, even though they had increased the overall removal of channels by literally 500%. Today comes some changes out of YouTube, which is in response to a large fine that they had just the other day, I believe $170 million, which I also covered on Mid Wesley. A lot of times, the tech-related, speech-related things, they end up on my Mid Wesley channel, so you should be subscribed there if you want to follow that kind of news. But the reason this goes on my main channel is because this affects all of YouTube, and this is ridiculous. YouTube put out a series of tweets today that is, I guess, a good time to be creating content that isn't family friendly. I don't know. It's like they're squeezing us in on both sides, and I have no idea what this means for the large amount of channels on YouTube. Okay, so they tweeted out, today we're sharing several changes designed to better protect data on kids' content on YouTube, starting in about 4 months. After Christmas, conveniently. We will treat data coming from anyone watching children's content on youtube.com as coming from a child, regardless of the age of the user. This means we will only collect data needed to support the operation of the service. Personalized ads will stop running on content made for kids. Now, that doesn't say no ads, it just means personalized ads. Features like comments and notifications will no longer be available for videos made for kids. Now, this is an interesting thing because it immediately raises the question to me is, how do I know what content is generally created for them? Does that mean like shows like Family Guy or, large Cartoon Network channels, like the Cartoon Network YouTube channel? Is that not going to send notifications now? Am I unable to comment on these videos? This seems like they're punishing us, the users. Now, I talked about the grander scheme of things where the fine came down on YouTube is passed down by the FTC. And I believe it's at least plausible that you're going to see more and more of these fines as a way of the government trying to punish YouTube for a perceived bias in their content, a bias that I believe does exist. But unfortunately, now the users and the content creators are going to be the ones that suffer because let's talk about ads. I can speak about them because I run an ad agency. That's what I do for a living. I buy millions of dollars of ads every single week. That includes YouTube. By removing personalized ads, that removes the targeting for ad agencies. So if I wanted to say target a specific age demographic and I had that data available to me. Let's say you were all watching Jake Paul videos or something like that, or PewDiePie videos. This is going to hurt a lot of people that create content that may be kid-friendly. Before I knew which channels and which videos had this type of audience, going forward, I won't know. Now, some advertisers, let's say you're Hasbro or Mattel or something and it's Christmas and you're like, I don't care, I'll just run ads on whatever this channel puts out because I know the channel historically has had good performance for us. But there will certainly be people that choose not to advertise on these channels now because they won't know who their target viewer is. This is a negative. Obviously, removing notifications is also particularly odd for the service as some sort of data protection. We know a lot of parents and YouTube watch YouTube together. Parents and kids watch YouTube together. But for kids watching alone, we recommend using the YouTube Kids app. It's been available since 2015, and we're continuing to invest in it with more parental controls and higher bar for qualifying channels. Yeah, I can't wait. I'm sure kids would love to get that installed. And of course, then they put out this out. You see, Berwick, would my content be limited if I make edgy SpongeBob meme or a meme based off a kid's show in the 90s? I mean, these are reasonable questions. Here's their official blog talking about improvements to YouTube Kids, investing in family creators. We know these changes will have significant business impact on family and kids creators who have been building both wonderful content and thriving businesses. I mean, you're talking about channels that may have 10 or 20 million subscribers overnight not being able to send notifications to their viewers anymore. That's crazy. That is legitimately business damaging. We've worked to give impacted creators 4 months to adjust before changes take effects on YouTube. How do you adjust to that? My viewers can no longer interact with my content, and my viewers will no longer get notifications when I upload it. I suppose you could implore your viewers to download and install some sort of third-party app to control notifications. I know there are some out there. It's actually something I've been considering as well. I don't know. I need to learn more about it before I recommend it, though. We're also going to continue investing in the future of quality kids, family, and educational content. We're establishing a $100 million fund dispersed over 3 years dedicated to the creation of thoughtful, original children's content on YouTube and YouTube Kids globally. What does that mean? Does that mean you're going to give money to the creators? Probably not. What about shows, that are from adults that target kids? What about, is this an individual video? Because a particular channel may have both types of content. In fact, it's probably more common that channels will have videos. For example, look at PewDiePie's channel. He has Minecraft videos. I would say these are targeted to kids. But he also has meme review and all sorts of other shows that aren't. Will this be on a video by video basis? Doesn't look like it. It looks like it's going to be a blanket adjustment at the channel level, which is going to be disastrous. Championing the protections we have in place is a shared responsibility. Today's changes will allow us to better protect kids and families on YouTube. And this is just the beginning. We'll continue working with lawmakers around the world. And in the coming months, we'll share details on how we're rethinking our overall approach to kids and families, including dedicated kids experience on YouTube. I have the privilege of working alongside parents who deeply care about kids, blah, 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 blah. This is not good. This is going to absolutely destroy some channels. It's going to destroy some businesses. And I'm not sure this is the best way. I mean, the notification system, that seems brutal. No comments either. CNET covered it as well. YouTube, giant video site owned by Google, announced Wednesday massive changes in how it treats kids' videos as the FTC hit them with a record $170 million fine. The largest penalty to ever be. Yes, we covered this on Midwestly. But Andrew Smith, the director of their bureau, said significance goes beyond the fine, calling the settlement a new front in the battle to protect kids' privacy. Wednesday deal settles allegations that YouTube used collected personal data for children without parents' consent. I mean, this is bothersome, the notification. I mean, like, literally, anytime YouTube tries to make any change at all, it's no good. It fails. This is a major change that will impact businesses all around the world. There are literal, like, huge studios that exist to make nothing but kid videos. When you look at how they even handled, even when you think they're doing it right. Remember a few weeks ago when they put out a video or a post saying, hey, we're getting rid of the ability of certain people to claim audio that's less than 6 seconds. Everyone's like, yay, I'm moving in the right direction. What happened? Everyone just started claiming audio that was 7 seconds long. It happened to Angry Joe. It happened to 2 of my videos, which I didn't even publish. Because forget you. I'm not going to get you. You're not going to get paid for my work, Warner Brothers. YouTube will, in effect, presume that any people watching children-directed content on YouTube are actual children, regardless of their age. That means it'll limit the data it collects on those views to the bare minimum, which is only what's needed to support. It will also halt kids-oriented videos from having personalized ads, comments, and notifications that will require that uploaders tell YouTube when a video is directed. Okay, so it may be at the video level. Okay, I suppose this is better for mixed channels, but still, what do you define a kid? I mean, why are you depriving them of notifications or comments? That seems so weird. Can't you leave a comment without collecting data? Can't you send a notification without collecting personal data? Channels that post kids videos but don't identify as such run the risk of getting hit with their own FTC fines, according to the commission. Wow. YouTube is the world's biggest video source, blah, 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 2 billion monthly users, and a huge number of those are kids. Yes, we know. Think of the kids. Wow, this sentence. Channels that post kids videos but don't identify them as such run a risk of getting hit. So essentially, if you try to circumvent this new system, Wow. How would they even enforce this? Okay, wait a minute. Now, wait a minute. How would you even enforce this? Let's say I make a cartoon and sure, kids watch it, but I want adults to watch it. How is that my problem? How is it my fault who my stuff appeals to? That's crazy. To think that individual creators can be subject to fines. What? YouTube will be creating this fine, responsibility, blah, blah, blah. The group affected most deeply by the changes will be creators of children's content who stand to make less money and also face the risk of getting swept under their own penalties. Their own penalties. YouTube, you can do way better than this. Wait. The FTC also warned that deceptive kids content creators on YouTube could face their own aggressive fines as part of the settlement. The FTC will make a sweep of YouTube's videos after the company has implemented the required changes because YouTube will now require uploaders to identify videos directed. But what if you don't? Oh my God, this is a disaster. What if you make a video that sure is enjoyed by younger audiences, but isn't necessarily directed at them? It's making you self-select people who are not going to see your video. You basically have to opt in to failure. Hank Green puts this out. And then the major doozy, no more personalized. I'm sorry, but the bigger part of this is how they fix their problem. The path forward to the FTC and YouTube found was that YouTube, anyone watching kids content, that means two things. First, limited ability to interact with kids content. No more comments, for example. Notifications is bigger. Then the big doozy, no more personalized ads. The vast majority of YouTube ads are personalized. So, and they don't really get to TV style non-personalized ads. So kids content creators, and there are lots of great ones, will see their revenues drop by, if I had to guess, more than 50%. I'm going to guess, if I had to say, it would be more than 70%. As an ad agency person myself, if I can't target it, I'm not just running ads out into the aether. I have to be able to target very specifically. And to be very clear, ad return on investment of YouTube ads as an advertiser is very thin. So without hyper-targeted ads, I would just not be interested at all in YouTube advertising. This could affect the overall marketplace, to be honest with you, because people that want to advertise their product to everybody might just leave the platform altogether. This is a very bad solution that YouTube put into place. It's hard to imagine that this is the best they could come up with, and this is going to largely negatively affect the YouTube platform. And YouTube, you can do better than this. I sincerely hope so. I sincerely hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, before you leave, make sure you leave a like and drop a comment on it. It's the only way to help the channel grow in today's YouTube environment. Above, you'll find a link to subscribe, and make sure you turn your notifications on, or if you just want to check out another video, there's one of those up there too.